Greetings, everybody. It's your old pal Frank here, and happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. I know I did. And today's video, folks, is indeed going to be a backlog mail day, but at the same time, it's also going to be a haul video. So that's why I'm only going to be opening one piece of mail today, because the rest of the video is going to be my haul from this past weekend. A haul of what? Well, you see, on Saturday and Sunday, I was lucky enough to attend the 15th annual edition of Montreal Comiccon. Yes. And I love Comic-Con. Actually, no, let me rephrase that. I adore Comic-Con. And I try and go every year if able. And the reason why I adore Comic-Con so much is, well, for one, even though I don't really collect comic books anymore, there's still so much there for everyone. I mean, you know, if you want to meet your favorite actor, you want to buy some prints, jewelry, wood carvings of stuff. They have props, toys, there's cards, whether it be Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever. You know, video games, like, so much stuff. So you don't have to just focus on comic books. And that's why I still go every year, because I still get my money's worth. And it's just the vibe, you know? I know a lot of people who go to Comic-Con, and I bump into them every year, and I hang out with them for a bit. And even though I may not get a chance to hang out with them regularly during the year, but I know they're going to be at Comic-Con, and I know I'm probably going to bump into them, and we hang out then. And it's such a blast. And I also love the vibe of Comic-Con because you know that saying where, you know, you're with your people? When I'm at Comic-Con, I feel like that, because myself in general, I have a very small social circle of people who I actually hang out with. But I'll go to Comic-Con every July, and, you know, I could be at a vendor's booth looking at, say, something wrestling related or, you know, whatever. And there could be a guy next to me, and he'll just, you know, he'll be looking at a certain thing, and I'll look over, and I'll be like, oh yeah, you know, let's say it's something to do with Mick Foley or whatever. I'll be like, oh yeah, hey, remember his hardcore matches with Triple H or what? And we'll just start blabbing for like 20, 30 minutes. I don't even know this guy. And it's like, he's my best buddy all of a sudden, you know? Like, I just love that. And it seems you could talk to almost anyone at Comic-Con, and you're going to have that experience. I absolutely adore that. And so that's why, another reason why I go every year is because I find Comic-Con really is like that escape. It's that escape from the everyday blech and garbage that's going on in the world, you know? So that's why I still very much so love Comic-Con. So anyway, but before we get to checking out anything from Comic-Con or cards in general, you guys know the routine around here, and that is, we do not look at anything or open anything until we have our card of the day. And today's card of the day, I actually showed up last week. It is from 24-25 Upper Deck Extended, and it is my first card of this subset, and it is the Elias Pettersson Oracles card. Excuse me. Yes, as much as I love going to Comic-Con, I am now dealing with the infamous, as they call it, con crud. I do sound like I have a bit of laryngitis going on. Oh well. But yes, today's card of the day is this Elias Pettersson Oracles. It is the first card for me of the set. And as I said, I am going to try and build this set since there's no more Young Gun Reneweds or whatnot. So I like to find at least one subset to tackle in the new sets. So this is the one for me. All right. So like I said, we are going to be opening one package today. I have a excuse me. I have a bubble mailer here, so I'm gonna get my old pal Buck here. Actually, you know what? I gotta pause. I feel another cough coming. I'm gonna go get some water. 1 sec.
2 hours later.
Alrighty, folks. I'm back. All should be good. Hopefully. Actually, I think I know what it is, and it's since I got home Sunday night till now, actually trying to put this video out, I haven't really been doing a lot of talking, so my throat had a chance to kind of like relax. But since trying to put this video out, and it has already been multiple takes, I think my throat's going like, hey, what the heck's going on up there? So yeah, every now and then it'll get a bit scratchy, and you know, a cough will come about. So, but got a nice bottle of water here to keep things lubricated, and all should be good. Also, I opened up the one package we're going to be going through today, and we got a nice little brick of cards here. So let's get to it. And our first card is a thickie, and I mean literally a thickie, and it is from 2022 Topps. It's one of those commemorative metal batting helmet cards, and I remember at one point I wanted to try and collect all of these, and that kind of went out the window. But then I realized there's one player in particular who has a card in that set, so I was like, well, I need that one at least. And it is, of course, Mr. Mike Yastrzemski. So there we go. I got to try and find a sleeve thick enough for that, and then hopefully I have a thick enough top loader for it. We got quite a few more Mike Yastrzemskis in this package. Next, we got a 2022 Topps 87 design, the 35th anniversary, also of Yaz. It feels so weird calling him Yaz because his grandfather was Yaz. Next, we got another addition to the 2022 Topps Diamond Greats die cut set. So close to finishing that now. And it is, of course, the late, great Eddie Matthews. We got a 2022 Topps Chrome. That's not an X-Fractor. I think that's a Prism. Also of Mike Yastrzemski. And then we got a couple base cards of 2022 Topps Chrome Platinum Anniversary. So we got Canada's own Fergie Jenkins. We got Matt Verling, Mason Thompson, and Taylor McGill. Okay. We got a 2022 Topps Gypsy Queen of Mike Yastrzemski. Oh, I'm just going to put this here. We got a 2022 Topps Gypsy Queen See the Future. So that's one of those like snow globe die cut cards of Bo Bichette. And shout out to the Toronto Blue Jays in general, because they are like on fire right now. We got a 2023 Allen and Ginter only in mini. And this one, of course, is for San Francisco. And then the last card, we have a 2023 Topps Chrome. It's a Topps Chrome Rookie Cup, I guess rookie also, of one Mr. Adley Rutschman. Yeah. Woo. So there we go. That's the one package we're opening today. Now, what do you say we get to some Comic-Con goodies, huh? Huh? Okay, hold on a sec. Let me just gather up all these here. And grab this and put you in there. And then we'll put this right here. And you can go on here. Whoops, and I'm bumping the camera. And I'll just put these over to the side. Okay, where do we start? Okay, I'll start with Saturday. So, didn't really get much on Saturday, but what I did get was still pretty cool. Well, one thing was actually free, the other thing I actually got on my own. So again, even though I don't really collect comic books anymore, with my 3-day deluxe pass, you get a you get a bag. Yeah, I know it's hard to get it all on camera, but you get a bag, and inside you get your badge, and you get like your map of the convention floor and all that stuff, and you also get a free comic book. And the free comic book this year, and this is a Montreal Comiccon exclusive, and it's Captain Canuck. So there you go. See, there's the Comic-Con logo. So that means it's the exclusive. 50 years, 75 to 2025, and of course this is a an homage cover to the Incredible Hulk 181, which is Hulk fighting Wolverine. Some say it's the very first appearance of Wolverine. Some say second appearance. You know, the whole comic book geek thing. They're going to be riding that one till the day they die. But yeah, so got a Captain Canuck comic. And normally every year I like to do a photo op. And this year I really wanted to do the Peter Weller photo op, RoboCop. But his photo op was $100. And I didn't go with a big budget this year. I only went with like 200 and something bucks. And I was like, I don't want to blow half of my budget just on that one picture. So I was like, you know what? As much as it pains me to do so, I'm going to skip the photo op this year. But, what the heck's his name? John Kazier was one of the guests. Now, the name may not ring a bell to a lot of people, but his voice certainly does. And why is that? Well, that is because John Kazier is the voice of the Crypt Keeper. Yes, Tales from the Crypt, and also in the cartoon, Tales from the Crypt Keeper. And he was doing a combo package at his table. You get a print with an autograph and a picture for $80. And I'm like, you know what? That's not bad. And when I was there was hardly anyone at his table. So I did just that. I got a Tales from the Crypt Keeper print, which I will be getting an actual frame for. He signed it, and yes, of course, had to get "Greetings, boils and ghouls." And he even did that for me, which was so good. And then I went to his panel later on, and It was awesome. I had no idea he was on Star Search, and he lent his voice to numerous things besides just the Crypt Keeper himself. So, yeah, that was pretty darn cool. That was fun. So, that was Saturday. Sunday is where all the cool stuff really happened. So the first thing I got, and I'm going to get a frame for this, and it was waiting for this that I missed Peter Weller's panel, but I don't mind. A gentleman by the name of Todd W. Langen was one of the guests. Do you know who Todd W. Langen is? He is the screenwriter of both the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie and the sequel, Revenge of the Ooze. Or Secret of the Ooze. Something of the Ooze. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, I want to meet him. And originally, I was going to get my Michelangelo Funko Pop signed by him. But then I saw at the table, he was giving away pages from the 89 movie script. And you had 2 pages of, you had one of 2 choices. You had the page where they actually introduce the Turtles for the first time, or you had the page that of script that comes at the very end of the movie where you hear the word Cowabunga mentioned for the first time. I, of course, got the page where they mentioned Cowabunga for the first time, and here it is. So, he personalized my name on it, Frankabunga, with the date, and signed it at the bottom, and there it is right there. As Splinter says in the movie, I've always liked Cowabunga. I made a funny. I watched that last night too, while eating pizza, of course. And yeah, so this is very, very cool. And had a great talk with them. Got my picture taken and everything. Very, very cool. Then, I'm, like I said, looking for Mad magazines and whatnot. I pull up to this one vendor, and I'm looking. I'm looking through his bins and whatnot, and I see this Vampirella. Now, yeah, I know it's dynamite and everything, but still, Vampirella #1, man. Hell yeah. And in very nice shape. And Frank Frazetta, of course. Classic, or sorry, not classic, iconic, I should say, in the comic and art world and whatnot. So, yeah, had to pick this up. I didn't pay $13 for it. I think I paid like 9 or 10 or whatever, but still, very, very cool. Let's see. I got this. This was free. There was people walking around the floor just handing them out. So it's a Flash comic. Don't know if it's any good or not. I see Gorilla Grodd. That looks like Captain Cold. That's probably Heat Wave. And I don't know. We'll see. I haven't even read a comic book in a long time. So, yeah, who knows? Maybe it's good. We'll see. It's one of those things to, thumb through when nothing's really going on. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Speaking of wrestling, there was a toy vendor there, and he had a bunch of these 3D printed signs, and a friend of mine picked up a couple. Another friend of mine got a bunch of band logos, of these. So I was like, okay, Sunday when I go, I'm going to go check it out. Now, I was looking at the bands, and I think he had a Deep Purple, a Metallica, he had a couple Kiss ones, and I was asking him, I was like, I like your music signs. He goes, yeah. I'm like, but there's one in particular missing. He goes, what's that? I'm like, Motorhead. And he goes, sold out. I'm like, oh, come on. He goes, yeah. He goes, I had Motorhead ones. I'm like, darn it. So, but of the wrestling ones, he had a bunch, but the one that I got, it's also because I grew up when the logo was looking like this, is of course Raw is War. So, had to get one of those. Maybe I'll find a way to stick some magnets on the back and I could stick it somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Or maybe I'll leave it as a background piece. I don't know. Anyway, and the guy who's making these is also a promoter. So, anyone who watches these if you're in Montreal or in the surrounding area, September 20th, there's going to be the very first Montreal wrestling convention called Slamfest going on at Ruby Foo's hotel. Tickets, I believe, are $25. And from what I hear already, they got the Godwins, the Godfather / Papa Shango. They got Barry Windham. The guy was telling me they tried to get Abdullah the Butcher, but he is kind of full of himself. So, yeah. I asked if he was going to get any of the Rougeos, because, I mean, that's like Montreal wrestling royalty. And he says, we'll see. But there's still going to be plenty more to come, plenty more announcements in the future. So, very excited. And I really hope it catches on, because I would love to see this become like, a Canadian version of, let's say, WrestleCon or something, because I think that would be awesome. There's a lot of wrestling in Montreal in general is still very, very big. There's a huge wrestling culture and whatnot in Montreal, whether it be small little companies and that. And I really hope this catches. I'm definitely going to be there. So, yeah, look forward to it. I apologize again for that cough before. All right, cards. I did get a few cards. Starting with some Pokemon. So, I haven't been able to find any of this just because it's the hot set out right now, and I know people are buying it up left and right, but I saw the guy had a couple of these in his binder, and I remember playing against her in the video game and trying to beat this one particular Pokemon took forever. So I got myself a Cynthia's Garchomp EX. So there we go. And then I got myself a couple Magic cards. Yes. Starting with, let's see, where do I start here? Yeah, we'll go with this one. From Mirrodin. So that's going back to like high school days. And I saw a vendor was selling individual packs of Mirrodin, and they were going for $50. I'm like, oh my god. I remember buying Mirrodin when it was like $3 a pack. Anyway, and got myself an OG Platinum Angel once again. I've always loved this card. 7 for a 4/4 flying. You can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Then this is an old I forget what this is called, but it's a parallel. It's made to look like the old artifact cards, and I forget what set this is from. But I've always liked this card, and it is of course Wormcoil Engine. I've always loved that card. So sinister. And then I got from the Dungeons and Dragons set. I've always loved how ominous this one thing has always been. There's even a Funko Pop of it, and I want to get it one day. So we have the regular version and the artistic parallel, whatever the hell it's called. It's the gelatinous cube. So that's the real one, and that's the artistic one. So there we go. So yeah, so see, went to Comic-Con and I still managed to find some cards for the collection. Okay. Yes, Xbox, I know. And then the final thing I picked up, and then this video will be finished. I got myself my very first Gundam model kit. Yes, I got a MSN 04FF Sazabi. It's here it is. It's cool. It's red, and it's one of the like more miniature guys. Whoops, I'm dropping stuff here. Anyway, it's one of the little like, it's like a chibi version of a Gundam. Anyway, I saw what it looked like built, and it looks awesome. And I was like, you know what? I come to Comic-Con every year, and I see the area where they put the Gundam kits on display and everything, and they look awesome. And I know a lot of them could go for big bucks. And when I saw this one was only like $28, or with tax, say like $30 or whatever, I was like, you know what? I think I'm finally gonna get one. So I did. Actually, it's big thanks to my cousin. So I'm actually looking at this as kind of like a birthday present from him. And yeah, that's everything. So I figure this video is way long enough, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you know the routine. Sound off in the comments below as well. Make sure to check out the description below, because there's a ton of awesome channels linked down there that I think you should be checking out if you're not already. And of course, before leaving, if you'd like to, though you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you'd like to, make sure to click that subscribe button, and if you do, click the little bell next to it so it lets you know when my videos go live. Alrighty, that's it for me, folks. Hope you guys have a great remaining Monday. Hope you guys have an awesome week, and I will see you back here for everyone's favorite show on YouTube, the Friday Recap. Till then, folks, I say to all of you out there watching, laters!